What's going on, everybody? Vince Goodrum here. It is Friday evening. Just got back home from Sip Whiskey and Wine Bar. Had me a few Manhattans. Also a nice Dominican roll cigar. Feeling good. Just Ric Flairing. Having a good time as usual. But before the Mr. Olympia started, a lot of you guys have been letting me know about a little incident down in Toronto, Canada, to where Mr. Vegan Games, aka Richard, aka Crazy Motherfucker, was invited onto a Toronto vegetarian panel. And then he was disinvited because of his racist, sexist, mentally derelict attitude and comments towards people, which all boiled down to a subsequent and complete and utter meltdown at the Toronto VegFest, to which he made a complete ass of himself, acting all crazy and everything. So obviously people want to know what the great one thinks about this whole situation. And here's the thing here. Now I'm going to make this quick. Number one, because as you could tell, I'm seriously fucked up. So I'm going to need a nice coffee before I go and watch the Miss Olympia. That way I'll be able to provide a professional perspective on the athletes. Number two, quite frankly, I've said so much about Vegan Games. Everybody already knows about the motherfucker. Everybody already knows how crazy he is. So the only thing I'm going to be really doing is just stating the obvious. Number one, he goes and complains that it can hurt his reputation and it's considered slander and defamation. Nigga, are you stupid or something? I mean, that's how you got famous to begin with. That's why you have over 300,000 subscribers. Because of your sexist, racist, mentally derelict comments that you've made over the years. Otherwise, no one would know or even give a fuck who you were. You probably would have never even met your wife, Jasmine. Period. So let's get that shit out the way. Trying to sue the Toronto Vegetarian Association, I think that's Association for a defamation of character, is stupid. Number two, it's called the Toronto Vegetarian Association. It's not the Toronto Vegan Association. So while it consists mainly of vegans, there's going to also be obviously vegetarians and lacto-octo vegetarians, to where they may not eat red meat or chicken, but they might eat dairy products, cheese, eggs. Some of them might eat fish, other ones don't. And honestly, you should have listened to that lady when you were screaming and yelling like some crazed banshee, like a North American street ape, when that lady was telling you that she is on her own journey. In other words, that's a nice way of saying mind your own goddamn business. Okay? She answered your question. But the real intent of actually asking questions was not to get any answers. You knew you weren't going to get any answers. And even if you got any answers, you were set to disrupt that Toronto Veg Fest. Period. You had all intent. Even if you got a straightforward, honest answer, it didn't make no bit of difference whatsoever. You was going to wild out like Nick Cannon. And that's a shame there, really. But most importantly, Richard, you're an adult. You're not 15 years old. Now, as an adult, there's always consequences to your actions. And your shtick is beginning to run out, and I think you're actually realizing that your shtick of being some wild ass vegan activist has its consequences. And the end result of those consequences was the Toronto Vegetarian Association chucking your funky black ass out of the discussion forum and not having to have anything to do with you. And you will find that same attitude will prevail in other areas. See? A couple Manhattans and a Dominican roll cigar. When you're buzzed, you can't really do such a great video, but I don't care. It's not like my videos are being monetized or anything like that. So if I slip up a little bit, so what? But with that being said, I didn't drive home drunk. I got an Uber. And kids, don't drink and drive. That goes for you adults as well. If you've had a little bit too much, take away those keys. Just call an Uber. When you sober up, go get your vehicle later. It's in the parking garage in Greenville, South Carolina. I'll come back. I'll probably have to pay $20 or $30. But guess what? It's better than paying thousands of dollars in DUI and court costs. And you see, vegan gains, that's the difference between being a child and being an adult. As an adult, you have to make adult decisions. And I conscientiously made an adult decision not to drink and drive. That's called obeying the law. And you, my friend, are a convicted criminal. That's a fact. You've communicated threats. You've been to court. You've been arrested. The cops have done raided your place numerous times. Have you not learned your lesson there, boy? Huh? And then to top it all off there, you go and put their website up there and you just invite people to go and harass and threaten them as well. Shame on you. What the fuck is wrong with you? Richard, when are you going to become an adult? When? It's time for you to become an adult. Be a man. Make adult decisions to better your life. That also includes your wife, Jasmine, as well. You can't just sit around all day, play video games, and then go out to some festival and scream and yell like some fucking baby just because you don't get your way. You see, if I was in your shoes, I would have simply responded, hey, I respect your decision. Maybe next time, maybe things will change. That way you're not burning your bridges. That's just smart thinking. So Richard, when you get this video, or if someone passes it on for me, since I have a low subscriber count, let Mr. Vegan Gains educate himself from this video. Because even in my inebriated state, I am still fully capable of making adult decisions. And that's the whole thing. Richard, you gotta be an adult. It's time for you to grow the fuck up. It's time for you to take personal responsibilities. It's time to reflect upon your past behavior and make changes for the future. That's all I got to say today, people. I'm going to make myself an espresso. Hopefully I'll be able to wake up in time. So when Mr. Olympia comes on the live cast, and the live cast, by the way, is at digitalmuscle.com, I will be able to provide expert commentary for the following day. In addition, hopefully if it doesn't last too long, I'll have time to go back to the parking garage in Greenville, South Carolina, downtown, and get my car back. That's all I got to say today, people. You guys take care.